The hardest part of loving a child who refuses to call you Hoa Mom is not the constant reminder of rejection, but the quiet, unseen ache that comes with the effort to break through the walls they build around their heart. You give love, you give patience, you give care, and yet they hold on to that one little word, Mom, that they refuse to give you. For Sarah, this was more than just a simple word. It was a journey, one that started when she first found herself becoming a mother, not by birth, but through love. She married Mark, a man with a child from a previous marriage, a young girl named Emily. Mark had explained to Sarah from the beginning that Emily had a different mother, one who wasn't around anymore, but Sarah would be the one to love her, support her, and help her grow. But for Sarah, this Hoa Mom title was something special. It wasn't about taking someone else's place. It was about offering a new, warm, and loving home. Sarah dreamt of the day when Emily would look at her, smile, and say, Hoa Mom, with the same warmth and affection she had for her biological mother. But Emily, even after years of Sarah being there for her, refused. Every time she would call her Sarah, the words felt like a knife in Sarah's heart. It wasn't malicious. Emily never meant to hurt her. It was a simple rejection of what Sarah had hoped would be their bond. What was the hardest part? It wasn't the days spent waiting for Emily to come around. It wasn't the quiet moments where Sarah wondered if she was enough. It was the realization that no matter how much she loved, no matter how much she sacrificed, Emily's heart was still tied to the past, to the mother she lost and couldn't let go. Every time Sarah smiled at Emily, hoping for the right words to come from her lips, the silence that followed spoke louder than any rejection ever could. Yet, Sarah didn't give up. She loved Emily not because of the title, but because she knew what it meant to love someone fully without expectation. She continued to offer herself as a source of comfort, guidance, and warmth without forcing Emily to call her Hoa Mom. And though it was painful, Sarah knew that love wasn't about the words you said. It was about the actions, the consistency, and the care you gave. And one day, when Sarah least expected it, Emily came to her with a small note. Thank you for being my Hoa Mom, it read. The words were simple, but to Sarah, they were everything. They were the culmination of years of sacrifice, patience, and unconditional love. It wasn't about forcing Emily to change. It was about being there when she was ready to let the love in. The hardest part wasn't loving a child who didn't call her Hoa Mom. It was realizing that love in all its forms was still enough, even without the words she had once longed to hear.